We're walking from the road onto our lot. So this would be the entrance door to our house here.
He asked if we had permission to do construction.
Good morning, we are back in Alegria. You'll hear some loud clanging and banging behind me. There is a big jackhammer on a bobcat on our lot, chipping away on the huge rock that was where we're going to build our house. It's been very loud all morning, and they were working all yesterday as well as we were traveling back from Guatemala. Me and my dad are going to go down and work on the bus for a bit. Check this out.
A bit of a situation.
I think from what I understood was he asked if we had permission to do construction.
That's what I heard.
This is the local government that have come up with their official looking vans.
Well, that was all a bit crazy. Out of the blue, with no warning, multiple municipality trucks showed up. A ton of people jumped out with clipboards and started asking loads of questions about permits and which trees I'd cut down. And anyway, this never happened in Alegria before. I don't think they just show up on site and start checking if people have permits. Thankfully, I don't need a permit just to destroy that rock and level the grounds, but once we start building we will need permits, so nothing to panic about, but yeah, it definitely was a bit intimidating with them showing up. So this is a little sneak peek of what me and my dad are up to on my channel. So we've been doing an in-depth full...
Yeah, if you love like build out videos, DIY videos, go to Louis' channel for sure.
Yeah, we decided that it would be a bit much on our top channel. And it's also something I love doing, something my dad loves doing, so we're showing the entire process from start to finish. And we're talking right now about putting in a bedroom door to the outside of the bus. This will be another entrance. So remember when we had a queen bed here?
Yeah.
I've measured it out. Yeah. If we want to be able to walk alongside the bed,
yeah,
we have to have a queen bed.
No, we're not doing that.
So the king bed is basically side to side.
Yeah.
And that means both of us, to get onto bed, will be basically sitting down and shimmying back into bed.
Or like crawling. Yeah.
Or crawling, but it means there's no room either side.
But we're having 2 kids and they're gonna crawl into our beds. So
yeah.
I think we need it.
Cool, okay, that's a good decision. This whole back section is gonna be a big mattress.
We might want some space in the back to have like, not as tall, but like a built-in little, some kind of storage, so we sort of put our phones and like books.
I think we could have a little shelf here with a bedside lamp and some books and somewhere to charge our phones.
Yeah.
And this is all going.
So you think the bed just goes straight to all the way to the back?
I think so, yeah. And then we can put a nice board, a headboard.
Yeah.
Because otherwise stuff's just gonna like drop back. Bed ends here.
Okay.
And then the stairs down into this door start here. Obviously we can't do a door here because that's still...
Yeah.
This makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Now the front stairs, there's 3 stairs, but the bottom stair is like really low down, like level to the floor of the bus.
We don't need it to be that.
We don't need that bottom one because the bus is already going to be dropped, so...
And I don't mind doing 1 step down.
Exactly, yeah. But I actually think this step, bottom step, is actually going to be kind of almost level with the outside anyway.
Mm-hmm. So you're thinking just 2 steps?
2 steps, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And these are the same width as those steps. It looks really small to go step down, but if you look at those steps in the front, it kind of makes sense.
So these guys are refueling, ready to attack for the last time. I think that remaining rock. I'm not quite sure if they're levelling off or digging it any deeper, but they seem to be ready to go. So they're just figuring out where the weak spots in the rock are still.
I just want to take a second to talk about the sponsor of today's video, Angry Birds Dream Blast. So for me, with all the chaos of parenting, this has been a go-to lately when I need to switch off for a few minutes. Angry Birds Dream Blast is a casual puzzle game, and the best way to unwind. It's actually been such a good way to break from the madness of the day. You're basically helping these young angry birds float through this dream world, popping bubbles and solving little puzzles. And it's surprisingly satisfying. And look at the bubbles actually fall with gravity, not stuck in a grid like most puzzle games, which somehow makes it feel way more dynamic. Plus, there's no need to watch ads in the game, so you can actually get in a proper flow. What's cool is there are always new seasonal events. Right now, there's an Easter event with them painting eggs. Just look how cute they are. Honestly, this game has got the perfect balance of chill and challenge. If you want to give it a try, you can grab it using our unique link in the description or just scan the QR code here. And as a little bonus, you'll get 200 coins in-game to spend. So whether you're commuting, waiting for something to load, or just need a quick mental break, it's kind of the perfect pocket escape. Right, let's get back to the video. Right, just been working hard all morning on the bus floor. It's looking very, very good. And I'm coming up just to see the final work being done by this bobcat. It's really cool. It's got all these different attachments. There's like the digger, the jackhammer, and now it's got this like hoe thing. Check it out. Look at that, the rock is just gone. This rock has been plaguing us since we decided to have our house here. We've been scratching our heads trying to figure out what to do about it, and it's been dealt with.
Neo, do you like your bedroom? This is going to be your floor.
Neo, it's brilliant. Did you see the big digger, Neo? Maybe your bed digger here. Yeah, the digger.
Watch.
Wow. Raya and Neo have come down to have a look at the rock, or
Where the rock used to be.
where the rock used to be.
Crazy. Okay, I was thinking, can you measure out and put out exactly where our house will be?
Yeah.
And then we can like put where the bathroom block will be, everything, and then we can visualize the size of the kitchen and everything. We can make a plan.
Let's do
I would
it.
love that.
Something else I want to do this week is put a dining room table, or at least like a temporary one, where we're eventually going to have it, and have dinner out here with my parents. And it can be like an imagining where we're going to be having dinner
And then
next year.
next year we can do like in the exact same spot, like flashback. to
Yeah,
that. That'd be really
I like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Right, we've made some decisions. It's very helpful. Just being able to quickly consult Raya. I've been kind of getting carried away thinking how we're going to do things and what we're going to do. And she's helped bring some clarity to the plan.
What is it that you want?
Double.
Jackfruit?
Yeah.
And what color is it?
Yellow.
And is it spiky?
No.
On the outside it is spiky.
No.
Do you love jackfruit?
No.
I think you do.
Babe. Ruff. Ruff. Go. 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 Go.
Yeah, oh, you want a cold jackfruit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Double.
Good morning. It is 10:20. I've already been hard at work for 3 hours with my dad in the bus. He is actually going to stay and carry on working. A few of you on my channel have commented how hardworking he is and how lucky I am to have him, and I totally agree. But they're leaving, my parents are leaving at the end of this week, so I'm making the absolute most of having my dad here, my mum to look after Neo whilst we're working. But I'm pausing work on the bus. Me and Raya are heading to Atenas, a nearby town, to pick up a package, do some grocery shopping and have lunch. And when we get back, I think this afternoon, I'm going to cordon out the area of our house. Now we've got a perfectly flat base and we can really picture and envision where everything's going to be, our bedroom and kitchen and stuff like that. It's going to be so fun. We've arrived in Atenas, we picked up our package, but as I was carrying it back to the car, I noticed coolant leaking from under the car. So there's a big puddle of coolant. And then when I opened the bonnet, the hood, our whole battery had fallen and had basically, I think the battery had pressed up against this little rubber block that I'd put in last year to stop the coolant. I think that normally goes over here to the heating system. Let's see what I can figure out. Classic. Okay, I bolted the battery back on and I found a replacement that I had from last year. I put on here. Oh, this needs to be hooked on here. Okay. That's looking all right. That's pretty secure. I think we're good. I just need to buy some coolant now and top it back up again. But we're just driving around the corner. There's a lot of repairs I need to do on this car as soon as possible, really. We found a shopping cart, a trolley with a little car for Neo. You look. Brum, brum. We were debating after doing the grocery shop whether to go home.
Yeah, it's pretty much his nap time,
Yeah.
but he seems to have gotten the second wind, so we stopped at our favorite Indian restaurant because we never really get to come over here, so.
Exactly. I think it's always a bit of a juggle as parents. Like,
Yeah.
when do you allow your kids' nap times or bedtimes to dictate exactly what you're doing? We could have got takeout or we could have gone straight home and he would have fallen asleep in the car.
Yeah.
I think he'll still fall asleep in the
Yeah.
car, but it'll be a bit delayed.
I think I saw Eamon and Beck talking about this in one of their videos that usually when you first become a parent, you stick so intensely to the schedule to try to
Yeah.
figure everything out. And then once you have a bit more experience and you realize it's not the end of the world if things get pushed back and forth a little bit and everything kind of works itself out eventually, it just helps you loosen a little bit. So I feel like that's where we are.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for our lunch and then we'll drive home and hopefully we'll fall asleep and have a perfect nap.
He keeps on wiping things on the chalkboard over there. You want to wipe it? You want to clean it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Good cleaning. Also, we just stopped off to refill the coolant in the car that had leaked out. And they literally filled up a 4 litre, I don't know what that is, 2-gallon bottle into the coolant system, into the radiator and stuff. So I guess I was already running pretty low on coolant, so it's a good job all of this happened, really.
I feel like you could have a whole series on your channel just.
I think I could make a
working on the
whole
car.
channel. I think I could make a whole
Yes,
channel about me
yes.
fixing this car.
It's literally like this week on why this car is so bad. It's something new every single time.
I don't mind, as long as it doesn't leave us stranded, I don't mind fixing things on it. It's been like,
You actually prefer it.
it's been like 2 months of us not having air conditioning and it's still like number 1 in my priority list. We have chana masala, spicy this time. I think last time I got medium. I can never remember whether the spice is too spicy. Let's see. No, it's good spicy. So chana masala, garlic naan, veggie curry, dal, rice, and there should be some onion bhajis on the way. Oh, there they are. There's certain things in life that just make me happy, and there are quite a few of them right now here. Jazz, Indian food, my favourite food, sunshine, and then obviously Raya and Neo. There's a lot of tick boxes being ticked right now for a very happiness invoking moment for me. I don't know if you guys watching feel there's certain times where you're like, oh, there's lots of things here that are contributing to my happiness. I just had that realization. Cheers. There's a school bus with a caravan, huge trailer caravan, like welded inside it.
Crazy.
That is one of the craziest conversions I've seen. I wonder if that came from the States. I wonder if people drove it now.
Maybe, yeah.
That's amazing. I'm back on our lot, and as I said, I'm going to try and map out now where we're looking to position our house now that it's all level. So I've got my rebar, which was the cheapest, sturdiest stakes I could find. I've got a lump hammer to hammer them in. And then somewhere I've got my full reel of this red caution tape, which I need to find, but I can map it out with the stakes first, and then I can kind of connect it all together with the caution tape.
Here we go. Got life, and when I cut, you can break it, okay? 1, 2. You ready to break it? Did you break it? 2 hands. Yeah. We could give that to Grandma.
Hey.
Bike,
I do 2 cups.
bike.
There we go, Grandma. Neo, you've helped me then. You've done the last bit.
Make the floor.
Bike.
Have you helped make your floor?
Yep.
Yesterday my intention was to get that tape and mark out where the house was going to be. Can't find that caution tape anywhere. I may find it today whilst we're clearing and sorting the container, but if not, I'll buy some new tape and we can do it tonight or something. So putting a little pause on that any minute now in the vlog, you'll see it happening. But today's mission is, Raya is coming down and we are going to sort through these boxes, label them up, or at least get started. So I'm clearing a bit of space. We're making use of the final couple of days where my parents are around to look after Neo so we can focus on this together. I'm gonna leave Raya sorting through stuff down here and I'm gonna help my dad. We are not at the beach yet. It's almost 2 p.m. It's gonna be a short afternoon beach trip if we make it, but we're sitting down for a late lunch. My dad knocked up some, and my mum, salad,
Neo.
tofu, pasta.
Neo.
Yeah, this is Neo's. Do you like it? Yeah. Delicious. And then some of these veggies are from the garden.
No.
All the salads from the garden, right? Other than the avocado and the tomatoes. All the green.
All the tomatoes. They've started growing tomatoes now.
Yeah. And then the pasta sauce is basil blended from the garden as well. Raya is feeling a bit exhausted today. We're at 20 weeks-ish with the pregnancy, and obviously being pregnant is Raya. Being pregnant, I don't know from experience, but is exhausting. So she's gonna have a break, she's gonna chill. We're all going to the beach, hopefully get a couple of hours of daylight before the sun sets, but we're heading off now. Neo, are you ready for the beach? Swimming! Let's go! Rum. Neo had a little nap on the way down. Slept for about an hour. Yeah, not ideal timing. As we arrive, it starts raining. It's going to be nice in the sea, but I don't know if we're going to get to chill on the beach much because everything's going to get wet. As we're walking down to the beach, we've spotted some leaf-cutting ants crossing this little log down here. My dad's getting some zoomed-in shots. I was hoping we would see some wildlife down at the beach, and we've just been told there's a sloth in a tree right by the beach here, so we're going to go and investigate. What did we see in the tree? Big sloth? It's just started spitting rain again, and it's 5:15, so we have enjoyed a couple of hours on the beach, and I think we're going to head back now. I still am in disbelief that I saw scarlet macaws again. I was telling my parents we might see some down here, but it was amazing that I was able to track them down on the drone and get some cool shots. Neo, are you ready? Should we go?
We're watching the digger nicking some sand off the beach,
There's a digger?
and it's tipping it into that truck, and there's a big light there as well. And Neo wants to go down there, but I said we'd get all sandy.
Digger.
Just got all the sand off you, haven't you?
On the drive home, we pulled over because there is a bridge that crosses a river on the drive from Alegria to Jaco that has humongous crocodiles living in the river below it. And we've never shown Neo because he's always sleeping when we drive across it on the way. So we're just getting him out now to come and see the crocodiles. Neo, can you see the crocodiles down there? Can you see the one poking out the water? Do you want to wave and say, hello, crocodile? Yeah, big. Neo, tell Grandpa what's down in the river down there.
Cow.
Are they little or big? Little? What is
Cow.
Yeah. So we wave. Hello. Whoa, look at that. And there's one in the water there. He's just going down. It's really interesting. I've had an actual nightmare before that I've accidentally dropped Neo off this bridge and had to jump in and save him before the crocodiles got him. I'm not normally a fearful person, but for some reason was worried about that. We have arrived home to an amazing meal. This looks like some kind of chili and mashed potato. I'm very hungry. Something about swimming in the sea builds an appetite for sure. Neo, cheers!
One day.
Cheers.
Cheers!
And our 44th wedding anniversary.
Oh yeah, happy anniversary!
Cheers, Neo.
Grandma and Grandpa have been married for 44 years. I don't even think you understand about marriage.
No, marriage. No.
Is.
Yeah.
Who is?
44 years.
44.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Yeah.
Can you say bravo?
Never.
Bravo! Congratulations.
Hello, it is a very exciting day today. So now that our area where the house is going to be has been flattened, Louis mapped it out and put like caution tape around where the edges will be and everything. And we've basically never really gotten the sense of the size of the house. We kind of designed it around the size of the bus. So we know that it's big enough to fit everything that we need, but we've never actually like visualized it and like stood in an area that was that size. And I feel like there were times when I was like standing in a kitchen, I was like, oh, is this bigger than our kitchen will be or smaller? And then you measured it, but then you measured it wrong. So I honestly have no idea. Like I can't wrap it around in my head of how big everything will be. So this way we can walk around, thank you. We can walk around and actually feel, like stand in the space, see how big the bathroom will be, the kitchen will be, everything. So yeah, it's time.
And I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning putting all the tape out, and I was so excited after doing it and walking around, I couldn't get to sleep. So I'm very excited to show Raya. So here we are, we're coming on the drive and we're going to walk into the house. Okay, so we're walking from the road onto our lot. Excuse the wind, I think it's going to be all right, but it's a very windy day today. So this would be the entrance door to our house here. The bus is going to be parked along this area here, and the reason it sticks out a little bit is we realised the bus is exactly 12 metres, which is the measurement of the width of the house.
Yeah, when we told the architect, he made the house the exact size, but that means not.
The bumpers are touching.
Yeah, that means the bus is touching either end. So we're like, we need a little bit more space.
So I've allowed for 1 metre each end, just for where the bus is parked. And then this is going to be the front door. So we'd come in the front door here.
I like that this sticks out a bit because they
Yeah.
have like a shoe rack here.
Exactly.
So- Okay, front door here. Whew, okay.
Down to there, this is our
Yeah.
corridor. So this is 1.5 metres wide, and that goes down to the back door. So the back door,
So I'm gonna walk
We done
down
there.
this. So this is the hallway. The bus here. Walk.
cool,
Oh,
right?
and these are this. Nice.
Yeah, so this is the size of the
This is
bathroom now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good size.
And I guess we'll figure out where the door is, either
Yeah, the
in the
door.
middle, you're thinking.
Or just I was just thinking if the door is all the way at the end, then this wall's kind of wasted. So
Yeah.
that if we move it even just like this far away, then it leaves that much space for storage there for towels and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So you walk in.
Open the door.
Right now the toilet is like sitting here and looking that way, but I was kind of thinking to do it this way.
It makes more sense this way because of the plumbing would go straight down to the outside.
Oh.
But
it just needs to be in the wall. It doesn't matter if it's that wall or that wall. Okay.
that's true. Maybe you're right because then you're facing more open space.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think that. Anyone got an opinion on toilet positioning in the bathroom?
Then the sinks will be here. Brushing her teeth. Looking at the trees.
By the way, as this is happening, we're going to have another angle overlaying as we're talking. Hopefully, I can figure out a 3D kind of imaginary representation of the house, so you can kind of see where we're standing.
Shower. So washing my hair.
And then this will be like a glass frosted window or something.
Yeah.
The other thought is that we could potentially do is have the glass frosted window, a door that opens into a little outdoor shower area that we can have like fenced off but open to the sky.
Also, I was thinking it'd be nice, like if we're coming back from the beach with the kids and everyone's like sandy and stuff, if we can just open that door and go straight into the shower, so we're not like.
I also think we could have a washing station outside one of the front or back doors.
Yeah, but still, like it's in our hair everywhere. It's just Okay, and then bathtub here. I like this. I think this is a good size.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the sinks will go to here. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
And then our bedroom door would be somewhere around here.
Yeah.
And then our heads, depending on, I'm guessing the back of the bus is here, so our heads will be like here.
Yeah.
So we'll be like sleeping like that.
Okay.
Back down the corridor. Okay, the stairwell is going to be above me here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to slope down to here. So at this point, we'll be under the stairs and there'll be a secret bookcase entrance to my office. Whether that happens at the very beginning or whether that's something I build in later, we'll wait to see. But
Okay.
there'll be the doorway. I'm guessing middle.
But then what would be next to it? I think at the end, because they were using up the whole space under the
Oh,
step.
that's true, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so stairwell at the end.
Yeah.
Doorway at the end here.
Yeah.
Then I'm thinking this whole wall will be like a shelving unit for storage. I'm guessing my desk will be here.
Okay.
Alternatively, I could have my desk here, because then I can kind of look out. Not sure of the layout yet, but this will be my office area. I think there's going to be a little window here.
How do you feel about the size of it?
I mean, I don't think it could be smaller. We actually measured it. It's the same size as the room my parents are staying in right now. Because I've got the container to do other work that I might need more space for. This is just me sitting, working, accessing some of my tech gear. We'll probably have a little dehumidifier and AC unit or something here to keep things. This is going to be our dry room for all the stuff which is why I think we need the shelving.
Maybe the shelving, maybe the futon's under, like the shelving unit's built up around the futon.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Because then it pulls out if you need it to be a bed, but most of the time it's just like a little seating space.
Yeah, that's true. So we're coming now through. This is all open plan.
Yeah.
So this will be.
So I think under the staircase, I'd love to build like shelving. That's like our main storage space for books and games and everything. So I think that will go out to like here, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So standing here, that is a lot of space.
I'll come back to the corner basically. That is huge, isn't it?
So our couch is like here, looking at the beautiful view.
Right, the bus won't be there.
Wait, come down. This is us sitting on the couch. That's the view from the couch, sitting on it.
And by the way, later today, we're gonna set up a little table and get some snacks and sit and really manifest and envision what it's going to be like being here in a year.
I'm thinking behind the couch, there's obviously all this space still. I think I'd love to utilize this as like play space for the kids. My dream is that you can build some kind of indoor climbing thing with a slide. Underneath there's like a little like play space for them to hide and have their books. And
what's cool is, look, you can be all the way here and be working in the kitchen and still see.
I like that it's central, because anywhere that you are, you can see the kids. It's such a big, safe space in the shade. And I think what else would we use this space for? It would just be like kind of unused, but making this as like an epic play space. We'll put the foam flooring down so that it's like soft if they fall, and that's my vision.
Yeah.
I kind of want to have fun with designing what we build inside it, but I think this is like the kids' space, basically. So this is the dining space that we're thinking. And we're trying to figure out if we have a balcony, do we have a table inside and a table outside? Do we have a table that's light enough to be brought outside if we wanted to have a meal inside? Let us know what you guys think about that.
My current opinion is most of the time it'll be outside, and then in the rainy season, maybe we bring it in.
I don't
But
know.
we'll see. And then look how big the kitchen
Okay,
is.
so this is the main thing. We still haven't designed the exact layout of the kitchen, and one of the main things I've been saying is like, I just need to understand the size of it, because for example, some of our friends, they have a cement island, so it's not movable, and they realize they put it too close to the fridge, so when you open the fridge doors, like you're squished with the island behind you. So it made me worried that we really need to know the sizing of everything before I can figure out what can go where. So this is the first time we're actually getting a sense for it.
Yeah, we've tried to do this before, again, inside, not in situ. And it's really hard to grasp how big the kitchen's gonna be, but this is spot on, I think. We'll have, obviously, this will be one long work surface, and we're thinking currently with a little island that pops up
Yeah,
here.
like a little island that
Like a little
goes
corner thing.
here, and then this is the main. Yeah, against this whole wall, which again, this is all glass windows, just looking at the view. So whether I'm cooking or chopping or whatever, I'm just taking it all in.
So we need to figure out the position of the stove, the sink, and then the fridge, which I currently think this back corner or on this back wall or something.
I think that does make sense. Either there or here.
But loads of space, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. And then we can have some shelving for storage at the back for pans and pots.
I was thinking that we do this, like the cooktop on one side and the sink on the other, but I don't know if we need anything necessarily looking out that way. I think there's enough space here to have them both with the view.
I think it'd be really cool. We haven't discussed this, but even to have like out the window here, a little planter with some herbs and stuff growing. If the positioning of the sun and shade and stuff work, because then you could just pop the window open and
Something else I would
pick a
love
sprig.
is these windows, if they can open all the way, and then there's like a little bar on the other side with little stools, so I can like make a smoothie and serve it, and people are sitting on the balcony. I mean, my dream is to have a space where I can like have dried herbs and teas and like an apothecary type thing, but a lot of those need to be in the shade, which is hard here, so there might need to be doors on it, but maybe I'll post a few like Pinterest ideas of things I would love in the kitchen. I feel like I could stand here for like half an hour just thinking, but I'll do that later.
But I think we could do the door pretty much to the
Then
end.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think
But again, I think let's have the door, let's have some space so that there's actually use behind the door. So then you open the door, you walk in.
I wish sliding doors weren't as noisy. Like I wish they were more sealed, because
I mean, if you're just opening it in, it doesn't make a massive difference.
I just think practically, if it was the same ceiling, like if it's sealed closed with soundproofing, I think sliding doors make way more sense.
So this is the idea that we've shared before. If the washer and dryer are here, and the bathroom's on the other side, Louis had the idea to have a little hole in the wall, like a little flap. So if you're getting undressed to take a shower, you just push your clothes through and it falls into a laundry basket, which is right next to the machine, which I love. Such a good idea. And then basically the rest of the space, I think, is pantry / storage, because again, we don't really have storage space. So like maybe at the very top, we can just store clothes and things that we don't need, suitcases or whatever. And then yeah, lots of pantry space and stuff. What's most exciting is upstairs, this whole space is going to be a loft bedroom.
Which is huge, right?
Huge, yeah.
So the stairs will be here, we'll walk up here.
Yeah.
I can't demonstrate, but I'd be going up. And then huge, amazing bedroom area. I think this will be a bedroom / your office.
Yeah, that's definitely what I'm thinking. Because Louis wants his office to be a dungeon. Like, when he's editing, he likes pitch black around him. So he literally he wanted a room with no windows. I had to persuade him to put one window in. But I want like sunshine in my eyeballs. I just want as much light and air as possible. So I was kind of thinking my desk is here upstairs.
Yeah, and then you should have a view out from there. And then the other side, and I think it will be as the stairs reach the top here, the plan is we have a little walkway across to the top deck of the bus. So if you see, like, we've already got that decking down, and we'll put kind of like some kind of fencing or railing around the top of the bus and obviously around this mezzanine floor. And then we'll have it so you can walk upstairs onto the top of the bus, and it will be like another area that maybe at some point we could even kind of properly wall in as rooms and bedrooms. It's all down to how much movement it creates walking on top of the bus. But I'm pretty sure that if we put concrete slabs under the suspension and stuff on the bus, and we can really secure it so there's no kind of wobble. But anyway, that's an amazing extra space that we've created, having that top floor of the bus.
If we realize we need it in the future, this could potentially become 2 bedrooms as well. It's so big.
Yeah, it's bigger than I realised.
Yeah, me too. So that's amazing. It gives us a lot more options.
And at the moment, this will all be open with some railings, but if we find that there's not enough soundproofing, we could again wall this in or put kind of glass kind of dividers in or something to create more privacy, because if you're sleeping down here, or if like guests are coming and staying and we're talking down at the dinner table, it could be that it's too loud.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling standing here? How does it compare to what you expected, what you were envisioning?
I think it's the size I imagined, other than the kitchen area seems bigger, the balcony area seems bigger than I imagined, and the top bedroom. The office is a little smaller than I thought, but it's okay, it's doable.
I think the bathroom's a little smaller than. With things like the bathroom, a big part of the feeling is like, for example, how big of a bath do we get? Like if we get a huge bath, then it feels more squished walking through versus a more narrow bath. So all of those decisions will make a big difference in how it feels. And then also a big thing is how high the ceiling is going to make it feel so much bigger once we're inside. So obviously right now there's no ceiling, but
yeah, it's going to be high.
Yeah.
The ceiling, it's going to feel so open plan and amazing in here, which is what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we're going with a polished concrete floor at the moment. That's what we're thinking, but open
I think
to
the kids'
suggestions.
space is bigger than I thought, which is really exciting to me because I want them to have lots of space to like do fun stuff. And obviously the baby's gonna need like smaller, different toys than Neo. So I'm glad there's enough space for them both to kind of have their thing. There's enough space for Neo to be like riding his little bike around the house and stuff.
I also realised we might not mention, but Neo and future kids' bedroom's going to be here, and then halfway down the bus, it's going to split with a dividing wall, which I'm currently in the process of doing on my channel. Dividing wall, second door, and then our bedroom's going to be at the back of the bus. So that's the bedroom layout.
And just one more reminder, if anyone hasn't watched the last few videos or anything, this will be our guest house. The number of people that are like, when your kids are teenagers, they're not going to want to share a room in a bus with you. We're not going to be living here when our kids are teenagers, okay? This is just, we're hoping that we'll be here for the next few years. And a lot of people asked, why are we building this first? We can't afford the big house right now. And also, I want to make any mistakes with building with this house versus our big house that we'll spend double, triple the amount of money on. So this will be our guest house one day, but for the next 5-ish years, this will be our main house.
And then main house, eventually we're thinking over in that side of the lot. But yeah, that is a little glimpse into the future of what this spot is going to be like in a year when we come back. We're still really hoping we can break ground and get a bunch started before we leave Costa Rica. But we're just having to be patient and chase.
We're on like the very last steps of getting approvals.
Yeah.
Anyone that's waited for any of this with any government, you just know it takes so much longer than you think it will. It's like someone goes on vacation and whatever.
Especially even more so out here than the US or UK. It's a little bit.
I don't know, waiting for my visa in the UK was worse than this, I'll say. So anyway, we're on the very last steps of that. We officially have 5 weeks left of our time in Costa Rica. So hopefully within the next week or two, we can break ground and then we can be here for at least 3 weeks of like solid building. Because I would love to stand here on top of the foundation. That would be so cool. If we could do that before we leave, that'd be amazing.
You've got some orange juice?
Yeah.
Mio, I can't wait to take you down and show you our new house where we're going to build it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
You want to go right now?
Yeah.
Maybe we wait a little while.
Yeah, so it's
We can
not
chop up
so
some
hot.
fruit and we can eat some fruit down there.
Yeah, fruit.
That was really exciting being able to show Raya what I mapped out last night. We're going to bring my parents down and show them properly and give them a walkthrough. And like I said, sit down, envision being at our dining table. But as I was in the mindset of thinking about the house and the bus and just imagining the bus there, I checked the plans and the roof sloping above the bus on the current plans looks pretty low. So I haven't done this yet, but now I've got this big tape measure. I'm going to stand on top of the bus and look at where I think the roof level needs to be and drop the tape measure down to my dad and he can tell me how high it is. So I think minimum we're looking at really for height, roof height should be this. What's that down to the floor? 5. Currently, I think the roof's a little bit too low. Give me 4.1. Yeah, he's not calculated that right at all. Is that 4.1? Wow, that's my belly button. That's way too low. We're showing Neo the house design, some of the renders. Yeah, but it's not going to be yellow. Our one's white, but look, Neo. Look at that. That's looking from the front door of the bus. This is going to be where Neo can play over here. Look, that's from the top of the bus, and that's going to be Neo's bedroom in there.
Well, we've done the floor.
Yeah, Neo's bedroom's going to be inside that bus. We decided to have lunch down here because the sun has gone in. It's going to be a little bit nicer, not getting scorched. But yeah, look, we've just brought down the little dining room table and the chairs. Oh, this is going to be lovely. And then this is basically the position we're going to have our dining room table when the house is built. So this will be an exact representation of the view that we're going to have. Dad has whipped up a little leftovers.
Have done.
Mash up.
So, fried rice with turmeric thrown here and onion bhaji, lovely, bit of coconut, and then what else have we got? Is a Thai meal converted over into a curry with a bit more spice.
Leftovers from monsoon the other night. This is where we're going to have dinner in our house when our house is built. Yeah, we're building. Yeah, the bus.
Will be inside, but the house is gonna be right here, Neo. Yeah, our house.
Yeah, and that's going to be a window. And we're going to look out to the view.
It'd be amazing.
And you got fresh, homegrown coriander.
How cool is this? I feel like
Amazing.
when we vlog our first meal in the house in next year at some point, we definitely have to cut back to this and just see the difference. I mean, there's nothing here right now. It's a derelict building site of it's just a big flat area of dirt.
It's amazing because last time Liz was here, and last time my dad was here as well before their visit this year, was before anything in Alegria had been built. There was the hive and the pool, and one of our neighbors had started their house, but there was like barely roads. Everything has grown so much since then. So yeah, it's just amazing to see how quickly it's all changing.
Yeah, it's going to be so good.
And there'll be another little human here next year too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This is so cool. Sadly, today is my parents' last day at Alegria and in Costa Rica. And at 3 p.m. they're getting picked up by a taxi and heading to the airport, flying back to the UK. So we are making the most of the last few hours. Come down for a midday swim. And there's no one down here. It's a very hot time of day to swim, but you've got all your protection on. Come on. Oh, Neo! Should we go swimming?
Yeah.
Let's go swimming to Grandma.
Go.
My parents are off after 3 weeks of hanging out with us, and Neo's asleep, so he's already said his goodbyes, but the taxi's ready, they're heading to the airport. Thanks, guys. It's been an amazing time, yeah. Neo just woke up as they were walking off, so I brought him down for a cuddle. Aww. Say, Neo, say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.